Hello, Retro Care back again. Yes, I know that was a bit of a dramatic intro for what is a ZX Spectrum game, but there's a reason I did that. Now, today we're talking about Journey's End, which is a Mastertronic game. But, you know, back in the day, in the early 80s, there's very little programmers could do. I mean, they did really brilliantly with what they had, but they never had much memory. It's not a lot they could do with the graphics. So when me, as a sort of kid, 14, 15 years old, I'd go into a shop and I'd buy a game. I'd look at the front cover. Usually they had some quite nice artwork. Then you'd open it up and there'd be a pamphlet in there, or on the cassette box. It would give you a little bit of an outline of the story. And you know, when you were that age, everything sparked in your imagination. You know, in a game was quite basic, and you'd walk through a forest and it was just like pixelated little trees, but in your mind you were going through sort of great big forest full of huge green trees, big mountains in the distance. And that's how it was for me anyway. So what I was doing with the start of the video, I was just trying to emphasize how it was in my young mind when I was playing these games back in the day. Anyway, on to the game, Journey's End. Now, about a month and a half or so before Christmas, I got an email from a guy called Tim Everson. I think he must have seen one of my Spectrum videos, because I've been doing a lot of Mastertronic videos. And he contacted me. It was really, really nice to hear from him. And he was telling me how they put this together. It was Tim Everson, and it was a guy called M. Prescott, and another guy, C. Gonsalves. They put this game together, all three of them. And initially, when they were part way through making the game, they went to Games Workshop. Now, Games Workshop, as anybody knows, they used to do board games, but at the time they were looking to do some computer games. They wanted 4 games, and in the end they picked 3, and the one they dropped, Tim was saying, was Journey's End. Well, more for them, I would say. But anyway, they kept floating the game out there, and it was picked up by Mastertronic, the legends that are Mastertronic. And do you know what? I've been playing this game. I thought I'd get the game, I start to play it. Now, I said before in my videos, I'm not a brilliant sort of person at sort of adventure games, strategic games. But I'll tell you what, this has changed my mind. This has really brought me around. When I first started playing it, I thought, oh God, yeah, I'm going to struggle here. But after a while, it really got beneath my skin. Anybody who knows me knows I work late. So I was, you know, sort of getting up in the mornings. I was putting this game on and I started to really get into it. But anyway, let's talk about it. And Tim, sort of in his emails, he's told me bits and bobs about the making of the game. And we'll talk about that when we can watch the gaming footage. But let's get cracking. Let's get it loaded. Let's take a look at Journey's End. So here we go. The quest is to find that elixir. That is the main aim of the game. Now, I'm playing as Kevo, obviously. That's the only way to go. Now, apparently this part of the game was influenced by a ZX81 game. M. Prescott, back in the day, had bought a ZX81 and a handful of games. And one of those games had really influenced him for this section of the game. Now, talking of the ZX81, oh, when I saw the advertisements for ZX81, you know, Dixon's used to do those advertisements in the back of newspapers or in the middle of the newspapers, and oh, I really wanted one. I was only about maybe 11 or 12, and I thought, oh, I'd love to get my hands on one of them, but I never did. But the main thing is I eventually got hold of the ZX Spectrum. But it's generated the room, off we go. So the idea is, in these first areas, as you're walking around the room, as you walk, as you see, you're lighting up the area, and the idea is to get as much gold. And there's a key. That's why I found a key. You need to find the key to the door or gateway to get out of each level, but at the same time you have to keep in mind that you have to generate some money. Now, if you find a book, sometimes that will give you information. It will let you know where there are potions in the room, where there may be some gems or gold, and even the way out. So you just walk around, and the thing is, there are a lot of hazards there. You know, you can fall on rocks, things can fall down on the roofs, and that all zaps strength points. And those little pink, that's a door. When you get those pink squares, and you just press 0 and you go through them. And sometimes, you know, they cost you a couple of strength points as well. So it can be really unforgiving sometimes. There's a bit of luck involved, but that's the nature of the game. And you just go around the rooms. I think you sort of need about, you know, I played a few times, maybe 500 or 600 pieces of gold. And there you go. That was the exit to the room, and I was able to get out quite quickly this first room. But as I say, you can't just instantly get out of these rooms without building up some gold, because you need the gold to hire some henchmen. Well, there we go. We're out of the first room. Right, onto another room now. I've edited a couple of rooms out. Oh, I've got the key there. That's quite handy. Because this is more of an overview of the game rather than a walkthrough. So I have sort of zapped through a couple of rooms quickly. But, you know, we're still looking for gold. Oh, and I've got a book. That one is telling me where the potions are, which is, you know, I'm not risking any more potions after being poisoned and losing strength. I've been bit lucky occasionally when I was playing earlier in the week. I think I got a genie who got me straight through to the next level, which is quite handy, and some of them have given you strength. I think overall I've been unlucky. I've been zapped of my strength from the potions. But maybe it's just me. But gold's good. Good stash of gold at this point. 578. As I say, you're looking at about 600 maybe, something like that, to get some decent henchmen. You'll see what I mean when we get there. If you've not played this game before, you'll see why you need the gold, because the more gold you got, the better henchmen you can hire. And you want your henchmen to have a lot of strength, and also a good few spells comes in handy. Their hold spells. Oh, shot by an arrow. Another 2 strength points gone. Down to 13 strength now. It's not great. You don't want to get down to single figures of strength in this area, because you can soon be zapped away to death, shot by arrows, falling over rocks, banging your head on roofs. Ruthless it is. Quite a few doors in this room, as I remember this time. It's random again, obviously. Been into rooms where I've just got no doors or one door, and another time, oh, trip on a rock. Another 4 strength down to single figures I was at this point. But yeah, making our way through. More gold, 42 gold that time, up to 720. That is a decent stash. Just got to survive. This game gives it one hand in gold, takes away the other by you losing strength points. And the guys who made the game, they I think they came to the sort of thought that the second part of the game, the wilderness lands where you're making a way across the map, was probably the best section. I have to agree, I think that's probably the best section. Though I do enjoy the other section as well. I think they're all pretty good. They all got sort of different. They all offer different things, really. That's what I like about the game. I like games that have different areas. No, not tempted by the potion. Not tempted at all. I remember struggling a bit. I was struggling a bit to find the exit when I was in this room. But we obviously get there. Oh, look, I'm sort of deciding one way. No, I'm going to go the other way. But I do get there in the end. I've obviously got the key already. Just need to find the exit. 783 gold now. Pretty good. Still on the 9 strength. Here we go. Lonely old figure making me way through the halls, filling me pockets with gold. But I think we're getting there now. I think the exit was in the top right of this room. I eventually worked it out, which is some feat for me. I tried that door and that led nowhere, or just back on myself, so I decided against that. Here we go, making me way up to the corner, and that's where the exit to this room is. There we go, we've escaped. Right, we made it, and we found a gold medallion bearing the seal of Armfin Goldbeard, a dwarven smith who resides in your village. A clue, but first we must rest and recuperate my lost strength. Yay! Get me strength back. Any key to continue? We like a bit of that. You visit a wise old cleric, has healing reputation. He heals me, but a price of 117 gold pieces. What a rip-off. But there we go, we got the strength back. You have 666. Ooh, that's not a good sign. 666 gold pieces. But we're going to advertise here. We advertise for some henchmen. First advert, 23 gold pieces. That's a bit steep. Steep, if you ask me. But we'll see who came forward as I went searching for my men. Alright, there we go. Ooh, looking at that, I probably went for number 5, Memin, 38 strength. He's a bit pricey. Now the spells, C is cure, P is paralysis, S is a shield, and if you're lucky enough to see an F, that's a fireball. But yeah, 572 gold pieces with another advert. That's more like an advertising price. 13 gold pieces, that's pretty good. And let's see who came forward for this one. I'd have thought I'd have went for number 1. Is it Zebus? 40 strength, that's pretty. He's only got one spell, but 40 strength is handy. So I obviously recruited him. Thinking. Yep, we went for probably another advert. All 10 gold pieces, that is good. Cheap as chips, as they say. That's not a bad price for an advertisement. See who came forward. Oh, I'd definitely say I would have went for Kumar. He's got 2 shields and a cure spell. 50 strength, not bad. Decent recruitment. Now, what did I do here? I looked at my party here. Got 3 henchmen now and myself. I need 3 more. Here we go. Yep, another advertisement. Oh, back up to 23 gold pieces. Bit expensive, but there you go. Depends on who comes forward, I suppose. I think I might have hired 2 here. I think I might have went for 4 and 5. Is it Doulos and Gonsalves? 48 strength, that's not bad. And 38 strength. Thinking on it. Got a cure spell. Oh, Gonsalves got a few spells. Yeah, my spectrum's flickering again. I think we went for a gamble here just to show you the latest betting for the bubonic plague stakes. Gambling on rats, always like an outsider me. 15 gold pieces placed on rat number 5. Started well, it was looking good for my 15 gold pieces at this stage. But then it all went horribly wrong and I lost my 15 gold pieces with the green rat running for his life and running to victory. Here we go. Unlucky, you lose. Got to be in it to win it, they say. So there you go. I need 1 more henchman. Decent looking crew, I think. I'll do 1 more advertisement. 5 gold pieces. Now that's more like it. See who came forward for my last advert and my last henchman. Here we go. Oh, yeah, I probably went for 6, I would have thought. Did I go for 6? Let's hope I was doing it right. Oh, I was thinking, yeah, went for 6. 2 cure spells and a fireball. More flickering. You have now hired the maximum number of henchmen. 190 gold pieces left. And there's a quick look at my party. Not a bad crew at all. Not bad. That's pretty good. I'm happy with that bunch. Decent looking mob. Well, there we go. There's a better look at the party. Yellow and black. Not a bad bunch. Press any key, off we go. We meet Arnfin Goldbeard, the Dwarven Smith. He's surprised to see you on and telling him of your adventure and showing him the medallion. His face shows grim expression. I thought that this was lost forever along with the bad memories it holds. It was with your father when he died in search of the elixir. After his death, I did not want to continue the quest despite the Emperor's plea. So Arnfin rummages through his shelves. It gives you a scroll. It's got the probable location of the elixir in the castle to the north. You'll see that on the back of the map is written. To get across the river, follow the golden trees. Use this clue. It may help you. You thank him. There's one thing you must do if you wish to continue your quest. What is that, you ask? Press any key and start the tape. Right, here we go to the best part of the game. I think I agree with the creators on this. I think it's a really good part of the game. Very much like Dungeons and Dragons. Got to use spells, got to work out your strength, whether you need sleep, whether you need food, who's going to fight. It's quite interesting. So the layout is, you've got your little map there, and the first thing you come across is the golden tree. Now the golden trees are positive. They always give you something. This tree's offering me direction spells, arrows and food. Now I think I choose spells. But what I'm after from the golden trees, I like to know where the bridge is. Having played the game a good few times, I like to know where the bridge is. I don't waste too much time going too far east or west. Because obviously the more travelling you do, the more chance you have of getting into a battle. So I've been given 4 spells, and this is what you do here. You allocate the spells to your men. So you just choose a man, give him the spell, he'll go away and learn it. And then at some point further down the line, you can use it in battle. So the spells are pretty good. Right, so on the right you've got your layout. Obviously you've got the day 1 and the time there at 7:50 in the morning. And then each individual has got all their stats. It's got maximum strength and your current strength, and it's got your spells, as you can see. Now I've got a fireball, a cure, a paralysis, and I've got another cure there. And some of the others have got an S, which is a shield, really handy in battle. It shields your men from arrow hits. Really good one. The other thing is you'll see the sleep and food number. Now you want to keep that really low. If that starts getting to double figures, it starts to wear you down. You start to lose strength, and you don't want that to happen. So there we go. We're making our way northwards. Slowly those figures are going up of sleep and food. Still 10 o'clock in the morning. No need to sleep, because you do sleep, and we'll get to that soon. I tend to... Zibaz finds a gem worth 66 gold pieces. That could be handy if I want to pay a tree. But we're heading north. Sleep and food figures are slowly going up. But there's another golden tree. Now I know at this tree that I find the location of the bridge, which I'm quite happy with. As I say, I think it saves time. There you go, it's got the bridge. Pretty good going, good to have that information. The golden tree gives you the bridge position on your main map. So we'll have a look at that in a minute. Yeah, God, as a payment, 14 strength from each man. That is costly, because strength is what you need in this game to survive and go further. But hey ho, it is what it is. There's the bridge on the main map. We'll keep going north. Right, the other thing is hunting. Yeah, our Dulog shoots and kills 2 rabbits, enough food for 5 men. So if one of your party finds something, kills it, you then have to decide who eats. Now, I always try and spread the food out rationally quite well, keep my team quite balanced. And maybe there's a sort of an argument for keeping 2 or 3 people very strong. I don't know, maybe that's a tactic some people use, but I sort of try and spread out the food. So keep going north. Now, as you see at the top, it's got normal. You can go into hunting mode. If your team start to get very hungry, go into hunting mode. The only problem is you'll find that your food and sleep figures go up quickly, because you're obviously using more energy. So I tend to stay in normal unless I really get hungry, but it's a flip of a coin what you do sometimes. But there's the map. We're slowly getting there. We're making some progress. Here we go. So our Memin found a scroll with some spells on. That's handy, so I'll allocate these spells. Takes me a bit of time, me thinking who I'm going to give the spells to, and sometimes trying to give someone who's already got 4 a spell, which doesn't work. But while that's happening, see, Gonsalves did the graphics for the figures of monsters, which will appear when we go into battle. And he drew them on the old graph paper. I think a lot of people into programming would use that graph paper with the small squares to configure the characters. Made life a bit easier, I expect. But we're getting there. Nearly dished out my spells. And we'll get going. We rest for 3 hours. The men have learnt the spells. Right, so going along quite nicely. Moving up. I think we need to sleep. Yeah, I think put them into sleep. You need 2 men on guard when you sleep. So obviously they don't get as much rest, but you do need to be guarded because you can get attacked at night. So what you want is a nice peaceful 8 hours sleep, ideally, for your sleep figures to come down. That's what you want. Yeah, nice and steady. That's how we want it. Up to 8 hours, that's good. There we go, the men, most of them are quite rested, so that's all good. We can keep going. Do need something to eat soon, I think. Right, you can see I've got into hunting mode. You've got the choice, obviously, between normal and hunting mode. Oh, I hear movement ahead. This is the first battle. Let's hope my men are ready. So that's all your men's stats on the right. The goodies, as in us, are on the left, and the baddies are on the right. These are some sort of monsters. And this is where you choose your front line. I think you can have a smaller front line as you want, but I worked out that the bigger the front line, the more arrows you are fired in each turn-based move, if you like. You can use your spells. I sometimes use paralysis. That's a good one because it stops them moving forward on their turn. If they come right up to you, then you get into a melee. It's like a sword fight, fist fight, if you like. So they've moved forward, these creatures. They're getting quite close. And my men are firing their arrows You want to zap them until they disappear. You don't want them getting into a melee situation because they can do you some damage. There we go. We're zapping away. Fire those arrows. Yeah, we're doing okay. Nice steady battle. That's what you want for your first battle. Now, I think I used a shield there, which is really poor mistake. Because these creatures aren't firing any arrows. I didn't really need a shield. So I wasted that on there. But you live and learn. Got over 400 bolts. So I'm doing well. Knocking these creatures out. So like you say, it's turn-based. You know, I quite like so many games, you know, use the old turn-based. Now, it's untrue how many games do it, but it is good. Gives you time to think sometimes. Not so much time here, but other games you can take as long as you want. But there we go, we wiped them out. Wiped them out. Back to the map. And let's see how we're faring. Yeah, well, we're still hungry. You know, sleep can wait till the evening or the night time, but we do need back into hunting mode. Lemon really needs a bit of grub. There we go. Zibaz shoots and kills 3 ducks. All eat well. That's what you want. Good news. That is good news. Here we go. So we're still going along nicely. Zibaz finds a scroll which has the spells Cure and Paralysis on. That's handy. We can dish that out to the men. Now when we get into battle, you see the monsters and the figures. They were designed by Gonsalves. He did the graphics. Drew them on little graph paper. I remember you could get that graph paper. I imagine a lot of people who wrote games for Spectrum and ZX81 would have used that. It makes life nice when you're sort of trying to design a character. But here we go, moving forward. M. Prescott did the sounds as well. He did the sounds for the game. And Tim Everson himself, he did the plotting and the storyline. So there we go. We've got into battle again. This is more dangerous. These guys, there's only 5 of them, but they look like more humanoid figures, maybe a bit more dangerous. And what I do now is I use a fire spell. Kazam! Big news on the graphic front. But there we go. We fired a fire spell. This does a lot of damage. I thought I'd use it just in case I died somewhere soon and I wasn't able to show you. That's a fire spell. That should do some real damage. Let's see. I think it's definitely weakened them. Should be able to pick these off now. There we go. Easy meat. We push forward. Good luck. You're one man on your own. No need to use any spells. Fire those arrows. Still got 450 arrows odd. There we go. Job done. Job done. Got rid of them. Right, so on we go, moving further up. The lads are a little bit tired and I'm going to get some rest or put some to sleep. And I'm also going to sort of move along. We're going to edit a little bit here and move a lot closer to the bridge while the guys are sleeping. So we'll do that. And there we are, made it to the bridge. And once you get to the bridge, things get tough. The bridge is heavily guarded normally, which I've found. And you get tougher opponents as well. 8 guys this time. I'll try and put a strong front line again, but the coward, me, stays behind my men. So there we go. Now, on reflection, I should have used a fire spell, I think, because these guys move quite quickly. And the fire spell could have done some damage early doors, but I didn't. And I probably paid a little bit of a price. They move quite quickly. And they are, you see, I used a shield spell. So when they fire, they do no damage. I'm really thinking I should have used a fire spell. So they get very close now, and then you get into a melee situation, one-on-one turn-based hand-to-hand fighting. So there's 3 of their front line, so I picked 3 for my front line. I think I went for 6, 4 and 2, so it's Memin, Kumar and Zorad prepared to battle. Here we go. Fight begins, turn-based, a little bit of blood. And you do some damage, hopefully. Of course, they return some damage. Oh, Kumar lost 3 strength there. Not good. Memin loses 6 strength. That's a lot of strength to lose. But they're fighting away here. Oh, they're 1 down. Come on. Oh, yeah. Zorad loses 1 more strength. Oh, Memin loses 7 strength. He's very weak. Come on. Zorad loses 5 strength. God, I made some fundamental errors. Memin. Oh, at least we got one of their men down. Oh, this isn't good. Memin loses 7 strength. Memin, he's passed away. You fought well, my friend, but you're down and you're lost. So we've lost a man. 6 of us now. So they've got 1 at the front. I tried to put 3, but it wouldn't allow it, so you have to put 1 because there's 1 of the enemy coming. So I choose a guy to face him. So Dulog, you're up. 1-on-1. Now get rid of that guy, Dulog. There we go. That's a bit better. Need a front line again. 4 of us. 3, 4, 5 and 6. Zibaz, Kumar, Dulog and Zorad. Me, the coward again. Spells. You've got your moment to use your spells. Come on, use those arrows. Down to about 400 arrows. I think that's pretty good. But, oh, it's a melee situation again. Not great. Not great when they all get that close. 3, 4, 5 and 6. We'll keep going. Come on, men. Fight with all your hearts. God, I didn't see too much blood there. God, I don't think I'm doing them too much damage. My men are probably pretty tired. Kumar loses 4 strength. Dulog loses 6 strength. This isn't good. Come on, keep going. I've definitely made some mistakes. Definitely made some mistakes in this battle. God, Zibaz loses 3. Kumar another 1. Oh, come on. Zorad another 2. Strength lost. Come on. This battle isn't going well. Not going well at all. God, they're still 4 strong. Dulug loses 8 strength. This isn't good. He's getting weak. Come on. I should have led my men from the front. I should have went up there into battle. Coward I am, staying at the back. Zibad loses 6 strength. God, this was a bad battle. Dulog, 7 strength. He's gone. Oh, it's not good. This was a long, drawn-out affair. Come on. Zibaz, another 1 strength gone. Kumar loses 3 strength. Dulag, 7 strength. Dulag's dead. Another man down. This was a bloodthirsty battle and I didn't strategically play it well at all. Down to 2 though, and I've still got 4 of my men, so we're still in there battling. Zibaz loses 6 strength. Oh my days, that's not great. Come on, men. Fight with all your hearts, as I say. Zibaz loses 3 strength. Oh, Zibaz dies. Another man down. Down to 3 men now. Come on. 4 and 6. I'm still a coward, staying behind my men. This battle has done me some real damage. Kumar loses 4 strength. It's not good. Zorad loses 3. Come on. They're down to 1. Down to 1. Oh, finally. Finally did it. But that was a terrible battle from my point of view. It wasn't good. Well, that wasn't good at all. We were in bad shape after that. 4 men lost. Dulog, Zibaz, Memen, Guzeb. You died with honour. I let you down, I think, with my tactics. Not a good captain, I don't think, but we need some sleep. So let's have some sleep. Hopefully allowed to sleep. Get a little bit of rest back before we head through the mountains. But no, of course not. There's movement ahead. Trouble ahead. More battles. 3 of us against 8 strong army. This isn't good. Now, looking back on it again, I made some errors here. Now, I had a fire spell. I tried to use it when the spell thing arrived and it wouldn't work. And I think I probably missed it on the instructions, but I think to use a spell, you probably have to be on the front line. Zorad dies. It's not good. We're down to 2. So I'm pretty certain couldn't use the fire spell because I stood behind. I would paid a price for my cowardice. 2 of us. Kumar loses 8 strength. Kumar is dead, leaving me And this is the price I paid for my cowardice. This is the price I paid. Too late to use a fire spell, retro Kevo. Look, I'm trying to use my fire spell. Look at the F's going. Too late, mate. God. Melee. It's me, the one fighter in the melee. Well, I'm going to go down with honour. Let's try my best. 9 strength lost there in that fight. But I've got to kill a couple of them at least. Come on. Melee. Back again. Move down and fight the next soldier. It's not good. Poor tactics by me, I think. Poor strategy. Hopefully I improve when I continue to play this game, because I want to get that elixir. There we go. I'm losing my strength. Fighting in vain, but at least we killed another one of their men gone. Let's move down. We'll take on the next one. If we're going to go down, we'll go down in honour. Come on, let's kill another one. You lose 10 strength points. That's some hefty blow I took there. Come on, let's kill another one at least. 9 strength points. My character is down. He's on his knees, basically. Oh, Kevo, he loses 4 strength. It's not good. 6th strength, gone. I'm down. I died. You're all dead and have failed in your quest. And there we go. I died partway through the second area, but thankfully last week I managed to get to the third area, so I did get some footage. So let's crack on and have a look. So I did make it to part 3 of the game, the one and only time I made it, and I must admit I did panic a bit. I started to rush. I thought, oh my God, I've made it after all the effort, because I did put a lot of game time into this game. I thought I've made it. I was panicking, rushing across. Now the green graphics, they're obviously your enemies. If they hit you, they're going to zap you with some strength, which you find out at the end of the room. But as I say, I was panicking, and it had fatal consequences. For Moraz and Lodal, they lost 4 strength for each of them. They were only on 3, which left me on my own in the quest for the elixir. Lodal and Moraz, no more. But we go on. I went on, obviously. Now, this room is a teleport room. I don't exactly know what happens if you... I think you obviously move yourself into one of the T's for a teleport. But I didn't use that. I chose to go to the door on the north side of the room as we look on it. So I was trying to get around the teleports, thinking they might damage me. But another one of these little rooms, a shorter one this time. I was dashing again. Hit God. Got hit at least twice or 3 times there. That wasn't good. Yeah, lost another 2 strength getting across that room. But on we go. I should be in the other side of the teleport room. Yeah, and I was thinking I'll just get out of that room and I'll hit the door on the right, which I do. Off we go. Across another room, right to left this time. I started to work out the patterns. The green graphics, some just go up and down, some move diagonally up and down across the room. So I did make a better job of this room this time. A bit slow maybe, because as I said, there are, I think you can get hit with strength losses for taking too much time. So I started to dash a bit again. Here we go. No losses. That was pretty good. I was happy with that. On to the next room. Now this room I thought was a really, really good idea. You've got to make your way across the chessboard. Now I do know chess. I'm not much of a player, but I do know the chess pieces moves, and I panicked again. You've just got to keep away from those pieces and what moves they can do, but I panicked. I should never have made that move. Dashing across in haste, which I should have thought about it more. Getting across this room, so I suffered more damage. I did get across it though. I did get across. Next time when I get there again, because there will be a next time, I think I'll do better. Yeah, heavy price to pay there. Down to 6 strength. Another one of these rooms, right to left again. Bit of a dash. Started to see the light. I started to see the light of the end of the tunnel of the game. So I made it to that door again. 1 loss. Down to 5 strength points. Into the next room we go. Now I must admit, this is where, whatever reason, panic got hold of me. I'd seen this room on YouTube, and you have to guess the padlock combination, you have to guess the numbers, and there's prices to pay again, obviously, for making mistakes. You'll lose strength points, but I did all right on this chest. Not too many mistakes, but hey presto, it was a chest. There were spikes in that chest, lost another strength point. So went over to the next chest. I'm now thinking, what the hell at this point, getting low on strength. Went over to the next chest, bashing away at the keyboard again, trying to guess the combination. But I get there, I got there with this chest, and I think the news was good from this chest. I got there, and the prize was a key, I think. I think I got a key. There you go, I got the key. Now, I don't know whether I could have just run out of the room then to the left because I had the key. Probably that's the way it worked. But in my craziness, I went to the last chest. Don't know why. Guessing again, randomly bashing the keys. And this time, no good. I made too many mistakes, lost too much strength, and God, I failed. You have failed in your quest to find the elixir. Oh. Well, there you go, Journey's End. I really got into it. I really got into that game. It was great fun. As I said at the start of the video, I don't really see myself as someone who plays a D&D type video game, especially on the old consoles, but I really got into it, and it's going to make me look into some of the other Spectrum games that are a bit like that. If any of you out there got any recommendations for the old adventure games on maybe a Commodore 64 or ZX Spectrum, let me know. And thanks again, Tim, for contacting me. I really appreciate that email, and it's really nice to hear some of the insights into how a game like that came about. You and the guys, you did a really great job of that game, and as I said, I really appreciate the email. But that's a video for today. But on to my next video. I'm going to do a pickup video. I don't normally do pickup videos. I don't buy enough games, but over the last sort of 6 weeks, 7 weeks, I've bought maybe sort of 6 or 7 games, a couple of them there, a couple of PS2 games, and I thought I'd do a video and look at some of them. Also, I think maybe a couple of Commodore 64 games and a SNES game I picked up as well. So I'm going to play them over the next week, get a bit of gaming footage, get some opinions on the game, and that'll be the next video. Anyway, like and subscribe if you like the content, and I'll see you again soon. Take care.